lines. All right, so we're doing some more math. We're doing subtracting 2-digit numbers the easy way. This time we're making it to the second step of our poem. If you were with me yesterday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What are we going to do together? We're going to produce an answer for a subtraction equation. That just means we're going to make an answer for a subtraction equation. What are you going to do on your own? You can say, I will produce an answer for a subtraction equation. So we're going to do some together, and you're going to do some on your own in the Nearpod. All right, so before we get started, I do want to go over our parts of our house. So remember, you belong in this house. This is our house right here. And our house has a top, and our house has a floor. And that's important because our poem pays attention to the top and the floor, whether one has more or not. This is our next door neighbor. So when we go next door, this is the house that we're going to go to. And more importantly, we're going to go next door to the top floor of the house. There's going to be a number right there, and we need to go over there and borrow some. The one thing that I want to point out is that this column over here is going to be the 10. So when you make these numbers, they're made with 10 sticks. So when you take these 10 sticks and move them over here to this column, which is the ones column, those 10 sticks are actually going to turn into 10 ones. So let's say your number was 3 on this side, and then you have a 10 stick, you say bye Felicia, and you move it over here because you need more. You're adding a 10 stick to that, which doesn't give you the number 3, it gives you the number 10, 11, 12, 13. So this number will actually change to 13. And that'll make more sense when we go to the next slide. All right, so more on top, no need to stop. That's what we were doing yesterday. So when we look at our house, let's say that we have the number 5 up here, and then there's definitely more on top. So there's no need to stop. If you do anything, you can just solve the equation. But let's say that your number are not 3 and 5, and and it follows the pattern of more on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. So that means that your number 3 would be on top and the number like 7 would be on the bottom. So there's more on the floor. So that means you would have to go next door to whatever number's here and grab a 10 stick and bring it over here. So if you're grabbing a 10 stick and bringing it over here to add to the 3 that's over here, that gives you the number 10, 11, 12, 13. So it changed that number 3 to 13. And basically what that does is if you have the number 3, like you originally did right here, and you were to take away 7, you can't. You can take away 1, you can take away 2, and you can take away 3. You can't take away 7. You don't have enough. But if you have the number 13, you can definitely take away 7. So if you have the number 13 up here, drawing all your 10s, and then you can take away 7. And then you can still get an answer. So that's why we have to make that number bigger by just going next door, getting 10 more, and bringing it back over to our house. So we're kind of like borrowing from our neighbor. All right, so more on top. No need to stop. There's not more on top. 5 is definitely less than 7. So there's more on the floor. So that means we have to go next door and grab 10 more. So that means we're going to grab a 10 stick from this 6. So there's not 6 10 sticks anymore. There's only 5. So we change that number to 5. That 10 stick says, ooh, we're here. And then we have ones that are from the number 5. So that changes the number 15, from 5 to 15. Now we have more on top. So now there's no need to stop. We can just solve this equation. So we can do 15 minus 7, which is 8. And now we have to do 5 minus 2 because we borrowed from that 6. So now our 6 has been turned into a 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. And don't forget, if you're having trouble with those, you can use your hands. 5 minus 2 equals 3. You can also do dots over in the extra area. Okay. All right, so let's do this next equation.